Today I want to talk about herbs, spices, and minerals. And I have a few of these herbs in my garden. Not all, but still. I have there, for instance, I have oregano. They call it also Cuban oregano and Mexican mint. And I have here, but it's slowly hidden under the oregano. I have that amal madre. You see how the oregano is growing, but it's a perfect plant to cover the soil. And when you need space, you simply cut it. That's it. But it's a perfect coverage. And you see there the mint. Yeah, that's the mint grass. It's a healthy tea in the morning. And here you have the aloe. This is a small type in the back of the garden. In the back of the garden, I have a bigger type. And here you have the albahaca, the basil. And you see that it's a little bit slowly off season. We had a lot of water this week, and that affected the plants a little bit. It was way too much water. Now, what I do is I simply let things come up. Yes, I put some seeds in my garden and plant some things, but the rest I let come up. And then I make a decision, what is it? And when I like it, it stays. And when I don't like it, I take it out. Now, with a nice word, you can call that holistic, natural, whatever. But I don't need plants in my garden that don't like that soil. So I don't force plants to grow in my garden. What grows in my garden fits to the soil. Now this comes up, and to be honestly, I don't know what it is. It could be a guava, could be also a ficus. I don't know. This is a small guaromo. The other one is here, and there is also one. I use them a little bit for sunshade, to cover plants a little bit, filter a little bit the direct sun. Works perfectly. And here we have, I have it in a pot. This is a fruit. There's avocado. And from here till here, now that's probably 1.5 feet in 15 days. It's incredible. It's fantastic. Here you have a pepper with the flowering and the peppers, and now I have to see where are the peppers, but maybe I see there one. And maybe I have these little doves, very little. They are 6-7 inches, and they call them here chocolate. They have the chocolate color. They're very small, and they come in here, and then they also bend these. Yeah. So, but that's all fine. This is Santos Homo. Has a beautiful flower, and it's like an orchid, but it's only for 2 days. And here you see a long line. I planted those, and that is curcuma. Yeah, that's one of the healthiest plants you can have in your garden. But the nice thing is, while the roots are growing, on top you have beautiful flowers. And when the rain stops a little bit, the flowering comes. That counts also for my different type of platanos and bananas. The flowering comes when we have a week no rain. But we don't have that the last couple of months. You see a lot of babies here under the banana. This is a manzanita. The mama plant died. This is the baby, but it's a small one. I mean, those are bananas, very small. You will never see them somewhere in the Western world. They're very small, and they taste a little bit like an apple. Therefore, they call them manzana. Manzana is apple. And this one also, you see the babies, what it has. What you do is the following. This big one gets then the flower, and gets the bananas finally. That will probably be around January, February. And then with that, when you take the bananas down, you take also the big one down. And then we have to see which one of the babies is good, and that one you let grow, and the other ones you cut also. Or what I mostly like, that is simply take it out and give it to someone else. Share what you have. And this is of course well known, Sansevieria. Gives a lot of oxygen in the night. I have a couple growing in that garden. And this is a mess. I leave it a little bit a mess at this moment. It's too wet. When you take it out, it takes a lot of earth with you. So I wait for that it dries for a week. But there is my aloe. Yeah, beautiful. And this is my most important plant in the garden. This is so incredible. This is moringa. And moringa is so nutritional, has so much, not only nutrients, but also minerals. It's plant of life, the tree of life. It cost me a while. I planted it, and the first night, and it was really small, like this, and big ants came and ate all the leaves. And I thought, well, they know what they eat. It's good. So, but now we have this plant, and it's growing now. It's 4 feet, I think, 1 meter 20, around that, a little bit more. And okay, the most sensitive state, it passed. This will go on. Here we have citrus, yeah, a lemon and an orange, and they are growing. I got them, and they were a little bit affected. I sprayed on it neem. It helped a little bit, but it's not fantastic. What helped? That it starts growing. You have all new leaves, and that's important. Maybe the pots are too small. I have to see that, and otherwise, start of next year, I put a bigger pot under it. And yeah, you see the bananas are 5 meter high. That's about 15 to 20 feet. And that's really fantastic. Let me see. This is then the herbs. And now I go, and let's go walk over there, put the light on. And here you have things what I use for cooking. And that is cinnamon, that is cacao, the ginger, this is the curcuma, this is the black pepper, and this is of course the linaza, and this is one of my special curries, and this is my special tray with special ones, vinagrego. I use that for beans. That's a very good one. And this is clave. Yeah, now I have to think about it. What is clave in English? I have to think about that. Cilantro, of course, and comino, and nuez de muscat, and this is cardamomo. These are all things what I use for cooking and baking. I use a lot of these also for baking. And then I have, of course, my cayenne pepper. I could not get the fresh one at this moment, so I bought this. And then you have you can get it from Mexico. It's imported, and that's a little bit fresher than this. Honestly, I'm not so in favor of this, but this is better than nothing. So, and of course, every day my lemons. Every morning I start with a lemon in water and have a healthy start of the day. And so let's have a sit for a moment. Here we are. I will put the phone in there, so that makes my hands free. Minerals are very important. Herbs also, and spices also. It's very underestimated. To be honestly, in Nicaragua, people don't use a lot of spices. That's too bad, actually, because it gives a little bit more flavor to your food, um, and when you don't overdo it. I mean, when you have a cauliflower, you want to taste the cauliflower, and you can put a sauce over it. Then you have the flavor of the sauce, but you don't have the flavor anymore of the cauliflower. So you have to be careful with these things. And but say, for instance, curcuma, I use over every vegetable. Curcuma I put in cakes, in cookies, but a little bit. But all these little bits add on. Once a day, I take um, a cup, I call it my coffee, and in the past I had coffee in there, but now I have no coffee in there anymore. I put in there like a little bit of cayenne pepper, a little bit of black pepper. I put in there curcuma. I put a little bit bicarbonate in there. I put canela in there, that's cinnamon, and ginger, and a little bit more of cacao. So I get a little bit of flavor of a cacao with a very rich flavor. And that is my drink. And that's my daily, in the end of the afternoon, my daily push of a lot of good things, which are good for antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and the base of a lot of sickness in people's body and also in mind, that is inflammation. Inflammation is everything. Inflammation, that is the problem. And a lot of inflammation is also arranged by parasites and what they drop. And they drop it in your body. And it can be worms, parasites, all these things in your body. And it's good when you treat yourself once in a while with anti-parasites. It saves you a lot of inflammation, toxic spots in your body will not increase because your body stores. Very simple. Your body stores. And when they can't get it out, it stores it somewhere. And then you say, hey, they have inflammation in the shoulder, doesn't move good. Inflammation in the elbow, it doesn't move good. And that has all to do with inflammation, especially with older people. They say acid, inflammation, and you can do a lot about it. That's one of the reasons I use every day some bicarbonate. I even do my teeth with it. And I must say that I clean my teeth with it. I have always a healthy flavor in my mouth, never a bad flavor. Yeah, or it must be something like, yeah, I ate something that has a bad flavor. But normally nothing. And so get your minerals. And the main thing to get minerals is salt. Sea salt is one of the best. Drinking seawater is one of the best things that you can do. Now, you never drink a whole bunch, but when you swim and you get a little bit in, perfect. Perfect. Salt is very important. In the Western world, they say, salt, be careful with it, etc., etc., etc. It's in the contrary. Use it, but use good salt, because the salt has a lot of minerals, between the 80 to an 86 minerals in there. Important minerals, less important, but it has it all. And when you are really sick and you come in an ambulance and you're really out, they put a kind of salt solution in your body. And not a little bit, I mean, that's an overdose, big time. Yeah, salt is good for you. Nothing wrong with it. And you can investigate that, please do. Yeah, take your salt, especially when it's warmer. You sweat it out together with the magnesium. And so you have to see that you get sufficient, especially in warmer climates, that you get sufficient magnesium inside and salt. That's the base. You feel when you have not enough salt. You are tired at the end of the afternoon. You get a cramp in your underlegs at nighttime. Oh, that's salt. Put your finger 2 times in the salt pot, and I tell you, within 20 minutes, it's over. Okay? You're feeling energy again, and that's important, of course. So that was it for today on mineral herbs and spices. Use it, people. It's important.